Welcome guys, welcome back. It's Fix It Daniel on another fix. We are getting back on the scooter. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be fixing, and some information that hopefully will help you guys out that I ran into as I was working on this bike. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys. So welcome to the channel, guys. If you guys have not seen my stuff, please go check it out. But today we're going to get back on this bike. We're going to do some transmission work. We're going to change the rollers. Hopefully get some lighter ones, try the transmission, see how it runs, see if that helps speed up the process of speed and everything before we start moving on to the big bore kit. So let me show you guys what we got. Alright guys, so we come to the table. So I got these a while back, probably right before I started this whole entire project. These are from J&J Sport. They are 6-gram rollers. Nothing on the back, but as you see, they are 6 gram. They're 7-gram rollers. They're 16 by 13, and they're pretty cool looking. They're gonna go in there and replace it in our transmission. This supposedly will help give it better acceleration. I think the lighter you go, the more acceleration and top end speed it gets, and I think the heavier you go, the lower the speed is, but the top end does not. There's no top end speed or something like that. I think that's how it rotates. Then we got some other stuff here. We got this belt that came with it. It actually came with 2 belts. It's actually a kit. So when I got it, the kit came with, let's see, it was rollers, 2 belts, and a security brake for the bike, which is this right here. It's one of these little disc locks. I have one on my motorcycle, which works really well. You actually lock it on this this rotor here, and then when someone tries to steal it, they can't, because it hits the fork, and then they can't take it, so they have to pick it up or have multiple people picking it up. But this belt looks about the same as the one that's already in there. Supposedly this belt was supposed to make better acceleration. I remember seeing a video of someone said that by them changing to a better, more strengthier belt, it could hold a lot more torque and make it go faster. But I'm not too for sure if we're gonna put that in. I think we might wait until we actually get the whole clutch replaced from rolling wrench. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah. So we should probably get in that, and I'm gonna show you guys on this transmission how we're gonna take all that off. So we are over here by the transmission. I'm sorry, I already had taken the cover off. I got kind of anxious, and then I was a little worried because I don't have a tool to take this nut off, but luckily I have a really heavy-duty impact wrench, so it ended up working out. So we could continue moving, because I wasn't going to film if I couldn't get this off, because I don't have the key. This thing's a little different. They sell a key that's supposed to like mount here and here, and then bites on the teeth. I may actually get that for later, but I didn't want to wait, because I would have to order it and I have to wait another week. So I just used the impact wrench, and it just banged and banged until it got off, and luckily I got lucky. And then here's my clutches back there. We will be replacing those later. We're not going to replace that today, just because of I don't have the clutch kit yet. But we are going to change this clutch out to a better clutch from Rolling Wrench. It's already one piece together. I've already spoken with the guy. This guy is, I always keep saying Rolling Wrench, and I don't ever explain it. So there's a guy on YouTube called Rolling Wrench. Really good guy. Really awesome guy in Colorado. He works on GY6 Ruckuses. And luckily, lo and behold, this scooter is a GY6 motor, transmission, everything. Just that it's not obviously you can see it's not a Honda Ruckus. But it does have a GY6 motor in it, which was kind of great, because I can use some of those parts and collaborate on this. So not everything, but the transmission and stuff. And that's where we got the big bore kit. The big bore kit's going to go in there soon. So we got a big bore kit from him right now. We're working on getting the clutch kit that's going to work for this. So we're going to change that. I think it also comes with some rollers too. But I'm going to try these 7-gram rollers since I have them, and figure we can always change them out later just to see what the power is right now. And everything. So the guy is really good. If you guys have not seen his stuff, go follow him. If you are into scooters and GY6 and stuff like that, or you're just starting the game of doing these, go check him out. He's a really, really cool guy. He answers your comments. He even helps you out in the end. You can go to Instagram and find him a Rolling Wrench. He's a really, really good guy. I'm really glad I've got a chance to talk with him, and I've talked to him a lot more than I ever thought I ever would. But yeah, he's a really cool guy, and I'm hoping to work with him in the future on some stuff on this bike. So help me out, kind of thing. So yeah, guys, check him out. I'm gonna try and put a link in the description down below so you guys can check him out, because he's a really cool guy. He's got a really good stuff. He's on Instagram called Rolling Wrench as well. You can go to Instagram and type in Rolling Wrench. I think he's got a Facebook page. But yeah, he's just a really cool guy. So he's been helping me out a lot with this. And many other people have, but he's been #1 in my help out list of everything that I've done. I've always asked him questions. He gives me instant comments back, helping me make better decisions, which we will come to in a second, because I got something I want to explain to you guys that happened to me, that I ran into a brick wall. I ended up figuring it out before I got a chance to talk to Rolling Wrench, but when I finally confirmed it with him, I was pretty much on the right path. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave this belt where it is. It's a pretty good belt. It's nice and strong. It seems like it's all right. We probably won't replace the belt until we get the new clutch kit, the clutches for this in and everything. So when it'll be nice and new and clean, we'll put a whole brand new, make a new belt on there, and then that should be fine. We'll just keep this one as a backup in case it breaks, because it is still good, strong. It's oil resistant, heat resistant. Bio power. I don't know if that's a good belt or not. Someone can link in the descriptions and tell me if that's a good belt to leave on, or should I just go with the other belt, which I believe the other belt was, the other belt was just a J&J Motorsport, for variator drive motorcycle, and then it is a was a 669 1830, then 145. I don't know if this is any good or not. I'm supposedly it is, so we'll fix it with it later. There's 2 of them. It comes with 2 belts, so even if I decide to say take that one off and put this one on, I can. I got another one to back me up. But let us get into taking this off. Okay, guys, so we're back on the gearing. Like I said, we got the cover off, and I used my trusty impact. The actual socket was a 11/16, which is a 17. So I already got it loosened. So let me get you guys a little closer so I can reach in there. So we're gonna just take this nut off right here. Try to keep everything in place so we don't lose our place. So there's our washer. Just like so. So as you see, there's like this little plate here, little disc thing, not a big deal. And then you have this little holder, but there's a washer that's sitting right in here. It's probably forced in. We don't want it to come out, and this is kind of locked in place, which is fine. So it's really easy. So we can just set that right on top so we can know how to put everything back on. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, let's move our light so we can get some more light. Alright, so now we're gonna just slide this off. This should just come right off, no big deal. Just like so. We'll let that hang down. Should be able just to, there we go. Should be able just to pull this out. Try to hold on to everything. Don't want to lose anything. So, pretty simple. Just like that. And then you should be able to pull this off like so. And there's the rollers. There's the holder. So got them in there pretty good. So probably should have tucked them around the other way, but we'll see if we can flip it over. No, it's cool. It's cool. Not a big deal. We'll figure out their placements. So we'll get these back in here, like so. So it's pretty simple. This one's pretty simple. It didn't have as many moving parts as I watched in other videos, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it's just got this little slider piece. I mean, it's really, this one's pretty simple. There's nothing. You know, most people had like little spacer thingies in there and everything like that. I don't got any of that. So, all right, well, we'll go. All right, guys, sorry about that. My thing cut off. All right, so these look pretty straightforward. So we're gonna go to the table and kind of do some weight comparisons. Okay, guys, we're at the table. So got a trusty little meter to help do the grams. So what we're gonna do is watch a lot of people. They usually like measure it because sometimes these grams are like these two are the same, these two are the same, and these two are the same, or they're a little different. And then that's how you would stagger it. So if you had like two of these that were the same, then you would go across from each other. One here, and then one there, one there, one there, one there. So we'll just see, because these are 7 grams. So what I want to do is I want to see if these are lighter, heavier, or these are lighter and heavier. So let's turn it on. All right, wait for it to come on. All right, so we're just gonna do them one at a time. All right, so this is a 5.2. It's a 5.2. Oops. So 5.1. It's a 5.2. 5.2. This is probably 5.1. Oh, 5.2. So this one, interesting. Oh, there it goes, 5.2. Okay, so they're all 5.2, which is interesting. So, and these are 7 grams, so these are more heavier. So, yeah, 7 grams on the nose. So, let's see. Alright, hang on, let me recheck it again, make sure that's right. 7.1. Interesting. Is it because of the way it's sitting? It is. It's interesting. So if I flip you, okay, so you're 7.1 still. All right. All right, let me flip you, make sure that you're not different on one side. Huh. You're 7.2. Interesting. 7.2. Okay, so you're like a 7 when you flip you. 7.1. 6.9. Seriously? Seven point one. 7.1. I think you were 7.1 too. Yep. Yep. So these are 7.1. These are 7.1. Okay, so they're all pretty much the same. Now they seem like now I got to recalculate it, right? They're all pretty much saying the same. So these are all 7 grand and 7.1. And I think I was told that the higher you go, it gives you, what is it? I think it gives you better. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, I believe the lighter the rollers, I think it was either the higher the takeoff is, but when you get a top speed, you don't have any. But if you go heavier, the slower it is, but higher on the end, or vice versa. It could be fast on the end, but at top speed it's not. So I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head if that was the correct. But I mean, they're really simple to replace, so it couldn't kind of hurt to try these and see if it makes a difference if we lose or we gain. So we're going to get these set and then we'll come right back. Okay, guys, so we're back. So just verifying. So I think I was correct. So the thing I saw on the internet was the lighter, which is these are like 5 grams. The lighter the roller, the faster top end, but the faster acceleration, but not so much top end. But if you go a little heavier rollers, the slower the acceleration, but the higher top end, and that's what we want. We want to go a little faster on the top end, because when you're getting on the road, open throttle, you want to be able to get that top end speed. So we're gonna go ahead and go with these, stick them in here, and we're gonna go ahead and get this back on the bike. So, yep, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get these set. I'm gonna remeasure these again, just to make sure that I'm getting. Actually, let's put this in the middle. It's probably the better idea. 7.1. 7.1. So it doesn't seem like it matters either side, so we'll just take one and if I can get it in there. Alright. Then we're going to measure this. 7.1. 7.1. Stick it right in there. 7.1. 7.1. And we'll just keep doing this on all of them. Come on, get in there. All right. 7.1. I think these are pretty much going to be all the same. 7.1. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to measure anymore. I think they're pretty much all the same. No point in going through all that. So, all right. So, got those in there, and now we will come over to the. Actually, here, let's crack the door open real quick. Here, I'll crack the door open and be right back. Okay, guys, so we got this thing slid on, and just like so, it just kind of slides back in place, push it back in, and then now we got to work on getting this belt. So hold on real quick. Okay, guys, we're back. So now we got this all nice and on there. Now before this thing comes popping off, I'm going to put this nut and plate back on. Just like so. All right, there we go. Nice and tight. Oh yeah. Nice and tight in there. Got that all nice and straight. Now, all we gotta do now is just button it back up. Let's make sure this is nice and tight real quick. All right, that's good. All right, now we're just gonna put this cover back on. So we got all these nuts and bolts here. They're all the same length. So put this back on ever so nice and gently. Actually, maybe get some sticky stuff so I can put this on here. So we're gonna get this cover back on, get all nice and bolted up, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. So we got the case on. I had a rip in the tape in the gasket, but I put a little bit of Scotch tape over here just to hold it. And since this is not like an actual like oil filled, a unit, that we don't have to worry about it killing too much, and it's more on the outside than it is the inside, just holding it in place for me. So right now what we're gonna do is get all these bolts back in. I don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. Get all these bolts going so we can get this buttoned up and see how it runs. Alright, get all these bolts in. Alright, now we'll just tighten it back up. We'll go in a kind of a cross pattern. Alright, and the last one, actually lift you up. I think you go in like this. Oops. Alright, then the last thing we gotta put back on is this little piece right here. And as you guys see, I actually put a little notch in there so I know exactly where it needs to go. So it should go straight up and down, like so. Let's give it a little love tap. Alright, put the nut in there. be right back. All right, guys, we are back, and we got it running. It's a little on the high revvy side, but yeah, she runs good. Runs really good. I actually have it revved up to that because when I took it for a spin, it was starting to make the little noisy thing. But yeah, she's running. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna take it for a rip. All we gotta do is take it for a ride and see how it goes. Probably won't be able to do it in this episode because I have to go and pick up my son. But guys, that is it. It looks really good. It runs really well. So all we have to do is yeah, just take it for a ride and see how it does. So now I'm going to talk to you guys. What happened? What's the issue with this bad boy? Okay, guys, so we're in the car. I apologize. I have to go pick up my son and my daughter. So I'm going to explain to you guys about the Mikuni carburetor that I got for the bike. So as you guys know, we got it in there. We got it nice and running. But we were having that bog issue and still having the bog issue and everything. And well, it's pretty much been like that. So basically we got it tuned, took it for a spin, got everything going, and still yet it was bogging. Still couldn't figure out why. Well, so I reached out to people, asking people in the comments if they could let me know. Then I went to a guy that I followed, which is by Rolling Wrench, which I bought as you guys know in the videos, I bought the big bore kit from. And we're gonna buy a clutch kit, a clutch for the transmission. As we big bore it, we need to build up the transmission. So I reached out to him, and before he could message me back with an answer, I actually figured out exactly what the issue was. Well, apparently, my original carburetor that I had with the bike is in fact an 18 millimeter. So, and as you know, I bought a 28 millimeter carburetor, which pretty much is overkill. It's extremely overkill. So I pretty much got that, and it was over. And when I put two and two together and realizing it, I did some more research, and then I went online and I found a chart that actually tells you exactly what carburetor is good for certain CC bikes and whatnot and everything like that. So I found out that a 50 millimeter CC, the right carburetor is an actual 19 to 20, which it came with was an 18, which was really tiny and small, which is why it was starving, which why the little jets were extremely tiny. Who knows what that carburetor was for, but it was not for that bike. The chart said 19 to 20. Okay, so I saw to see what a 90 millimeter was, and a 90 millimeter is the same between a 19, 20, maybe even a 20, a 21. So yeah, and then after that, after I figured it out, I was like, okay, I need to order a 21 millimeter carburetor. And the guy from Rolling Wrench gave back to me, which I appreciate that dude. So he told me the same thing. He's like, yeah, that is way too big for that bike. And that's the reason why my bogging was down, is because the carburetor is just too big for that bike. But surprisingly, I ended up getting it working and running. It wasn't the best running pretty rich, but it ran, but it didn't run really great. But yeah, so we are going to have to order another carburetor. And I found a Mikuni carburetor 21 millimeter. I had to dig and dig and dig, but lo and behold, eBay and Amazon had one, but Amazon happened to have the cheaper price. So I went and ordered today. I ordered a Mikuni 21 millimeter carburetor. So yeah, so we were going to jet it, because I literally had, before I decided that the 21 millimeter, the 28 millimeter was too big, I decided I just needed more jets. So I was going to go all the way up to a 150 and go from there. But unfortunately, that would have just been even worse. So we are not going to a 150 jet. we're just going to get a 21 millimeter carburetor and pretty much put it in that way. That should fix the problem, and everything should actually be here this Sunday. So I am looking forward to getting that in there, getting the bike dialed in right, so that way when we get this big bore kit in, it should be good, because the bike is running really rich, and I'm sure there's a point where it's too rich for the bike. So we're going to do it right. We're going to fix it. We are going to get it adjusted right. We just got the new rollers in there, so we can try that out, and then take it for another spin again, the same distance we did the last time I rode it. See if that makes a difference in, you know, speed and performance, and hopefully we don't have a bog, and I got pretty much free range to turn the throttle however I need to, and we should be good. So just future reference, you know, I was new to this. I didn't know. I just went and got a carburetor. I knew we were gonna big bore it, so I was like, let's go big, and then we can get a big, you know, we can get a nice carburetor that yeah, it might, you know, it'll work for the 50, but it'll be better for the 90. And come to find out, I was way off. I was 10 times bigger than I needed to go. And that 28 millimeter carburetor is good for a 150 to 200 cc bike. So it definitely would have not been the way to go. So we're gonna hold on to the carburetor in case my brother has decided that he does want to replace the motor with a 150 maybe down the road, and then we'll go back to Rolling Wrench and get their 170 big bore kit. So yeah, we're just definitely going to go up from here, but we're gonna start with what we got, see what we got, see if he likes it, see if it gets to 50, 55. If it does get there and it gets there kind of so-so, then we can easily go on Amazon and buy a 150 GY6 motor for like what, $200-400 and drop right in, and then go get a big bore kit, big bore it, and we probably could use the Mikuni 28 millimeter, or go buy an actual one that'll fit in the right range, maybe a 24. So yeah, so it's just lessons learned, and it's okay. You know, I am not afraid to make a mistake and say, hey, I made a mistake, but at least the bike didn't blow up, so that's a good thing. So but yeah, just future reference, just make sure if you are trying to up in your carburetor, make sure you know what your original one is, and then go up like maybe 2 or 3 cycles. Well guys, that's it. Thank you so much for all your guys' love and support, but we are going to end it. In the next video, I will definitely take it for a spin, and hopefully the carburetor will be here, and then I can put that in there and kind of do comparisons with the new carburetor and the new rollers. Sorry I'm being a little quiet. My daughter is sleeping. I'm waiting on my son to go get him from therapy. But guys, thank you so much for all your love and support. I really truly appreciate it. And if you guys have not seen my stuff, please go like and subscribe. I also try to do some short posts on Instagram. So mine is Fix It Daniel. It's actually right there. You can go check it out, like, and join, and join the page, and just like and subscribe. And I really do appreciate all your guys' comments. If you guys do have comments on your vehicle or a particular vehicle and you want to ask me, please put a comment down below. I'm really good about returning back people's comments, because you take the time to send me a comment. I want to take the time to send it back to you so you can get a response in the time that you need it. And if you don't want to send a comment to me on YouTube, you can send a comment on Instagram as well. I do answer them. I actually can do an actual live talk if I have to, so you can actually hear my voice if you want to hear my voice. I don't know why, but it's just easier, convenient. Instead of typing it, you can actually speak text, I think is what it's called. But guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it again, and you guys, I love your love and support, and I'm growing, and I really like to get up there soon, to do some more really cool content for you guys. I don't really know how montage works, but I still got a good ways to go. to be montaged, but I really do appreciate the growingness that's coming through within you guys' love and support. It really truly is. Is really I'm really blessed to have that. So thank you guys. You guys have a good and blessed weekend, and I'll see you guys on the next fix.